Hi guys, Kaza here. Welcome back. We're back with the amazing Shinsengumi. We're doing Soji Okita's endings. So let's see what happens. Ignition. I'll be waiting for you. What happened to me? I thought I was a goner when the burning building fell on top of me. That time, Soji's voice. Was it my imagination? Henri, are you alright? As I slowly opened my eyes, Soji was looking back at me worried. Soji, You don't have to force yourself to get up. I'm sure you're still in shock from what happened all of a sudden. Did you save me, Soji? Just as he smiled, I realized something. Well, for the most part. As he quietly smiled, I noticed Soji's arm had a bandage over it. I saw his scorched sleeve. Is that from... Soji didn't confirm or deny my trembling words. He just gently smiled. Since I'm like this, I can't be of any help. Shall we go home and leave the rest of the other people? He stood up. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I was the one who had forcibly followed him, and I'd chosen not to escape and stayed here. My actions were so selfish. Soji got injured again because of me. Please, stop. If you cry like that, you'll make it seem like I'll never get better. He adorned a smile as he joked. I knew what I was getting into when I rushed to the scene of the fire. I'm proud I was able to save you. I was able to protect you at the cost of my own injury. He spoke very gently to me. I should have been happy, but for some reason I was worried. Now that I'm injured, I'm not confident I can protect you from here on out. He spoke softly to me, but didn't look my way. Dang, okay. You always do such risky things, Henri. I can't have you caught up in any more danger. I will never do it again. From now on, I'll quietly stay at the base. I promise. I knew what Soji was about to say and replied accordingly. It's not because it's dangerous. It's just you. In the middle of his words, something hit my back. Huh? What? Surprisingly, I turned around to see a child holding onto my back. It was the crying child from before. How long has that child been hanging there? The one I was talking to. I'm so glad you're okay. I smiled at him, and he smiled back. You look much better when you smile like that. Soji smiled brightly as he said that. Soji. I'm sure anything like that will happen again. Even so, I have no intention of leaving this Shinsengumi. This time, we delivered the finishing blow. I was lucky I didn't have to fight. However, I might have... There's a strong chance I would have been bombarded the burning Takasukasa residence as well. Oh, that was a mouthful. No, I didn't think Soji would say something like that. Then again, his life is within Asami's hands. There are some orders he has to follow. Not out of duty, but he would do it because of his relentless personal creed. If that happens, I'm scared you'll look at me with scorn because of my actions. Leave, so I wouldn't have to endure that pain? That's what Soji was telling me. There's no way I could hate you. I wanted to tell him, but I couldn't say it. I was trying my best not to hold in my tears. Okay. The fires at the Tsukatsu house and the Chonsa residence in Karamachi Ogaraha ravaged Kyoto. The Great Fire was later called the Dondon Yake. The nightmare the Shinsengumi tried to stop at Akita had become reality. However, in contrast to the intensity of the flames, there was a low casualty count at Takasukasa. Without a doubt, the people there saw the Shinsengumi as heroes, the way I did when they saved me. Still, their bad reputation didn't change. The imprisoned Chonsen were included, saying the Shinsengumi started the fire to kill the criminals. Those type of rumors spread as if they were the truth. That's all wrong. It's just a rumor. When I heard that, I would defend the Shinsengumi. I separated from the Shinsengumi and started living by myself again. I felt sorry for Sama and the other soldiers, but I couldn't stay there anymore. Thanks to my experience at Aikida, I became a worker at another inn. The job was perfect for me. I was able to fit in rather quickly. Luckily, the kid from the fire was able to reunite with his mom, and he came to see me from time to time. Those days were calm and peaceful. It was just like Soji said, I might be fit for this kind of lifestyle. Our worlds were far too different. Still, sometimes I remember Soji and am filled with sorrow. When I peeked at the battlefield and when the fires occurred, I searched for him, but he wasn't there. I need to get over it. I'm being too clingy. I'm sure Soji has forgotten all about me. This is not a very happy ending. Then, one day, not at a fire nor a battlefield, not even on patrol with his fellow soldiers, I saw Soji walking alone in the city. Good afternoon, Henri. Long time no see. I couldn't even bring myself to talk to him, but Soji initiated the conversation and smiled at me. I haven't seen you in a while. My stomach was full of butterflies after seeing his smile again. I thought how life by his side seemed like a far-off dream now. I'm glad you're doing well. It looks like you're happy at your job, too. Oh, yes. It's all thanks to you. That wasn't what I wanted to say, but I couldn't form a sentence very well. I realized something as I looked at Soji. Soji, did you lose weight? His right arm had healed, but his face was pale, and he looked ill. Have I? Soji touched his face to cheek as if it was true. Are you taking breaks regularly? Are you not feeling well? I remembered when he spat out blood at Aikida, and I began to worry. No, it's nothing like that. It's probably because you're no longer with me. Me? And her jumped to his unexpected answer. Does he mean he became ill from thinking about me so much? Without your food, Henri, I'm always starving. The food the soldiers make isn't good. Soji laughed as he destroyed my expectations. Dang. Is that so? I guess my food is more important than me. It was a little sad, but it was better than him completely forgetting about me. So, will you come back and cook for me? Huh? Everyone else misses you too. I'm sure they'll be happy to see you again. But, is that okay? I'm the one requesting you to come back. Soji chuckled at my words. You're so cold to me. Just because you left the base doesn't mean you have to cut all ties, right? Can you come visit sometimes? I'll be waiting for you. Yes, it would be my pleasure. I can see Soji again. I was so happy thinking about it. I answered with all my strength. Great. Soji embraced me tightly. Yay! What? Wait Soji? People are looking. He hugged me all of a sudden in a street full of people. In my astonishment, I spoke. Do you want to go somewhere less crowded? Bold, aren't you? That's not what I meant. I frowned at Soji as he acted surprised on purpose. I'm sure I turned bright red. It didn't have much effect because he didn't even try to let go of me. It's embarrassing having everyone watch us, but I'm so happy. It was warmth I hadn't felt in a long time. Soji's scent, his voice. I renewed my thoughts. I wanted to be by his side. Nah. Fine. Ran off on us. Alright, so let's find... Where's Embers? Alright. Next ending. Embers, will you comfort me? I thought I was done for when the burning building crumbled. Then I heard Soji's voice. Henri, get a hold of yourself. As I slowly opened my eyes, I saw Soji with a serious look on his face. Soji, I'm so glad. I was right because you weren't opening your eyes. Soji, you came to save me. As I was expressing my gratitude, I noticed something. I stopped smiling. Oh, this is... Soji noticed my glance and was a little embarrassed. Soji's right arm was covered in bandages. His rolled-up sleeve was also scorched. I made a little mistake. It's a little embarrassing. Something like this will heal in no time. Soji smiled at me. Unfortunately, it didn't look like a little scratch. Did you get that when you tried to save me? Soji tried to hide it, but I ventured and asked that question. It wasn't just for you. He said kindly as he patted my head. I felt something tug on my sleeve. I looked over and a small child was looking at me. It was the kid crying near the fire, the one I'd been talking to. I'm so glad you're all right. I smiled at him, and he returned and he smiled in return. Yeah, even if you weren't there, I would have saved this child. It's not your fault. I don't regret getting injured to save you. In fact, I'm proud of it. Soji raised his right arm as he thought was showing off a medal. In truth, I wanted to do it in a little smoother manner. I wanted to save you without a scratch. You're so cool, Soji. You saved me and this child. It's all thanks to you. Hearing you saying like that makes me happy. If I get hurt every time, I won't be able to protect you, right? I mean, you always act so rashly, Henri. You're the one to talk. I was so worried about you. I spoke in a very familiar tone and pouted as I argued with him. But your injury is my fault. Like I was trying to say. Let me nurse you back to health, okay? Soji's troubled expression changed after hearing my words. He opened his eyes wide. Then he smiled brightly. That's right. I guess I'm in your care. The fires at Takatsukasa House and the Chonsu residence in Kawararamanchi Oike ravaged Kyoto. The great fire was later called Don Don Yake. Because we already read this before, but yeah. The nightmare the Shinsengumi tried to stop at Aikida had become reality. However, in contrast to the intensity of the flames, there was a low casualty count at Takatsukasa House. Without a doubt, the people there saw the Shinsengumi as heroes, the way I did when they saved me. Still, their bad reputation didn't change. The imprisoned Chonsu were included, saying the Shinsengumi started the fires to kill criminals. Those type of rumors spread as if they were the truth. It's awful. They're spreading a bad reputation without any evidence. You guys risk your lives to save people. While tending to Soji's wound in his room, I brought it out with complaints. I don't mind at all. I didn't do it to receive praise. Soji had a composed expression on his face. But it's annoying how they misunderstood the truth like that. No matter what I said, it was true. I was taken in by the Shinsengumi. People thought I was just sticking up for them. It was irritating how I couldn't explain myself very well. It's not exactly misunderstanding. Huh? Well, Chonsun set fire to the Chonsun residence after running away. However, we can't deny the possibility that the shogunate spread the fire. Also, the imprisoned Chonsu. It's true they were killed during the fire. It's not like the Shinsengumi did it, though. The Shinsengumi are part of the shogunate. It is inevitable that people see them as the same thing. No, perhaps it might be better for the shogunate if the Shinsengumi are treated like villains. That can't be. Just kidding. If Captain Kondo heard me, he'd be furious. At least, I'm not on the front lines. Yeah, Soji couldn't go to the front lines because he got injured again. He said he would be better in no time, but he wasn't healthy enough to hold a sword. He could hold it, but he was in no shape to wield it. When I saw Soji look enviously at his fellow soldiers training, my chest hurt. I'm sure it was hard on Soji. He was an excellent swordsman and had Asami's trust. Maybe I should train my left arm to wield a sword. Well, I'll try training with Heisuke. Soji mumbled to himself. From Heisuke? He's left-handed. Really? How rare. Indeed. He holds the sword in his left hand. Usually people correct themselves to do it right-handed. Hajime is ambidextrous. But that's why... Do you want to go back to the front lines? Honestly, I'm relieved Soji doesn't have to be in danger all the time. He never says anything, so I never thought to bring it up, but his cough from before still bothered me. I'm sure he wasn't pale just from his injury. Yeah. There are other tasks I could do for the Shinsengumi, but those things can be done by anyone. Captain Kondo and Vice Captain Hichikata want me to fulfill my role as a soldier. Soji forcefully grabbed his wounded arm and spoke as if clamping down his teeth. Seeing Soji fighting the pain, I couldn't find the right words to say to him. You might end up hating me. The bombardment on by the Takatsukasa residence. If Captain Kondo had ordered me to, I would have taken part in it. Huh? I was shocked at his words. But you tried to stop it. When you got there, it was already finished. There hadn't been any attacks since then, and I haven't been given any orders. I have been prioritizing my job to protect Kyoto. Nevertheless, if that means I have to fight, there is no way I can disobey Captain Kondo. A while ago, Soji said he entrusted his life to Asami. I was sure that's why fighting became his reason for living. Asami is really important to you, isn't he? I was a little jealous. Yeah, if he wished for it, I would do anything he ordered. My dream is to make his dreams come true. Maybe his master wasn't the shogunate or the emperor. Maybe he was the leader of Shinsengumi, Kondo Asami. Before I would have. If I knew I would never hold a sword again, I would have committed suicide. What? I shot in reaction to his disturbing words. If that had happened, I wouldn't be of any use to anyone. My life would have no meaning. Living would have no value. Soji. As he spoke softly, I remembered his lonely figure that held Soji's hand. He smiled and grasped my hand. But strange, isn't it? Just how much you've saved me by just being here next to me. It should have been painful. The way he said it, it felt like I was the one being saved. Then I'll be by your side. I'll always be by your side. All right. Are you going to take responsibility for my current condition? Soji smiled softly and hugged me. And another hug. Yay! Soji, if you do something like this, your bandage, well, you can do that later. Right now, I need you to soothe my heart. Will you comfort me? I never seen Soji act like a spoiled child before. It's kind of cute. I put my hand on Soji's head and started petting him. He opened his eyes wide for a second, but soon smiled. I wish you comfort me in a way that's sexier. What are you saying? You're injured, so you need to rest. As long as I don't use my right hand, I'll be fine. If I don't get some exercise, I'll get lazy. What are you talking about? You're such a tease. You know what I mean. You're just playing dumb. Your face is red, you know. Soji chuckled as he looked at me. Yeah, he's a bully as usual. I was used to this kind of give and take. To my surprise, I didn't actually hate it. Don't pout like that. Holding each other won't be so bad, right? Looking at my embarrassed expression, he must have thought I was angry. Soji gently whispered. Without waiting for my reply, he put his arm around me. I'm glad you're here with me. He mumbled his words. I entrusted him with my body as we cuddled. If there's anything I could do to ease his anxiety or his pain even a little bit, I want to always be by his side. That's what I thought from the bottom of my heart. Yay, okay, so we got embers, and that leaves, what, our last one? If I do recall, yes. Which is crimson. To protect rather than to kill. Okay. When the burning lumber was about to follow me, I thought it was done for. I heard Soji call for me. I suddenly felt something warm holding me. Strangely, I felt at ease. It feels really nice. I snuggled closer as something gently pet my head. You're so bold, Henri. I'm happy, but everyone's staring. Huh? I woke to the voice, and Soji was extraordinarily close to me. Not to mention Hajime and Shinpachi were staring at us. Well, hi, guys. Why? I was right overhead, and I tried to get away. You were clinging to me, and wouldn't let me go. Thanks to you, lots of people were making fun of me. Oh, and he's blushing, too. Soji was also a little embarrassed and puckered his face. On the other hand, he didn't look angry. It must have been scary. Poor thing. Hajime mumbled earnestly. You have a lot of guts protecting a child like that. A child? Now that I think about it, what happened to him? In a fret, I looked around and saw a boy timidly come out from behind Shinpachi. I'm so glad. You're safe. I smiled in relief, and the child smiled back at me. Soji saved us, right? Thank you so much. No, I'm just glad you're safe. Hey, you two aren't done flirting? Give me a break. Oh, yeah. Why is Shinpachi here? I asked as I just realized that Shinpachi had a tired look on his face. Furthermore, you're trying to tell me I'm a nuisance and I need to leave? Yeah, why are you here, Shinpachi? Soji, you oaf, don't mimic her. You know quite well why I'm here. That's not what I meant. I mean, Toshizo gave the order to hunt down the remaining Chonsu. He gave me the order to suppress the commotion. He told me to make sure people didn't get separated. If we lost 2 skilled swordsmen, it'd be a heavy blow in the Shinsengumi. Toshizo did. He really knows how to finish things smoothly. Soji sounded happy. In any case, I brought Soji back to the base. That's not true. If he tried to do anything while he was still healing, it would cause us a lot of trouble. The vice captain notified me that it would cause Captain Kondo trouble. Toshizo knew full well that if he brought up Isami's name, Soji wouldn't be able to talk back. Soji stayed at the base, Henri would too. She seems tired. We should take her back. Hajime urged us to return with his indifferent tone. That's true. I'll leave the rest to you guys. Soji let out a sigh and smiled. He suddenly picked me up. What are you doing? Until now, you were completely unconscious. I'll have to take care of you. I was just a little shocked, that's all. I'm fine now. Soji must have been the one in trouble. It didn't look like he was hurt, but I noticed the burns on his clothes and the dirt on his skin. It's fine. I want to do it. Just don't push yourself. This much work will be just fine. He was so close to me, smiling, I lost my will to resist. I was relieved having his strong arms hold me. I put my arm on his shoulder and cuddled him. I gotta read this again, yeah. The fires at Tokatsukatsu House and the Chonsu residence and Kawara Manchi Oke, yes, first time, ravaged Kyoto. The great fire was called the Dondon Yake. The nightmare of the Shinsengumi tried to stop at Aikida had become reality. However, in contrast, the intensity of the flames, there was a low casualty count at Tokatsukasa. Without a doubt, the people there saw the Shinsengumi as heroes. The same way I did when they saved me. Still, their bad reputation didn't change. The imprisoned Chonsu were included, saying the Shinsengumi started the fires to kill criminals. Those type of rumors spread as if they were the truth. That's too cruel. You guys are the one risking your lives to save the townspeople. Okay, I was like, this is going to repeat exactly? No, thank goodness. Because Shinpachi's was like the exact same thing. And Heisuke's exact same thing, except there's slight differences as they tried to escape. It didn't make much sense. I complained as I brought tea into Soji's room. When I went shopping, I heard the rumors and felt people stare at me. It wasn't pleasant. I quieted down after looking at Soji's face, even though I prepared tea. I was about to burst out in anger. It's fine. Let those people say what they want. Why does that say Henri? Isn't that him? Yeah, that was supposed to be him. Oh well. In contrast to my anger, Soji had a composed expression on his face. But I hate it when people say cruel things about you. No matter what I say, people will just think I'm protecting the Shinsengumi since they took me in. It was irritating that I couldn't explain myself very well. About me. Not about the Shinsengumi. Both. I panicked in response to his teasing words. I should have been used to his bullying, but I was still embarrassed. I'm satisfied if you think positively of me. Plus, his soft smile became clouded. Hearing those things, I think it's inevitable. Are you talking about the incident at Tokatsukatsu residence? But the Shinsengumi didn't do that. We work for the shogunate. It's almost as if we did it. Even though we were there, we couldn't stop it. The Chonsun set fire to the residence as they escaped, but no one knows if that's true. The imprisoned Chonsu were either freed from the fire or about to be killed. Soji's face turned grim. Shinsengumi are a convenient entity to push a bad reputation onto. Soji, I didn't think Soji would criticize Shogunate so straightforwardly. I was a little surprised. If Captain Kondo heard me, he would be furious. He's such an innocent person. He believes in the government. If I were the same as I used to be, I wouldn't have minded. I believe anything Captain Kondo believed. I followed any order he gave. If he told me to kill someone, I wouldn't ask why or who it was. I would concentrate on the task. He would go that far? I'd heard Soji entrust his life to Asami. The reason Soji's in the Shinsengumi, the reason he wields his sword. It might have been all for Asami. Your master isn't the shogunate or the emperor. It's Kondo Asami, isn't it? Their bond was so strong, it was silly to be jealous of them. There was no space for me between these two. My dream is to make Captain Kondo's dreams come true. Soji felt resentment toward the shogunate's actions, but he still followed Asami's orders. Someday they may prove their bad reputation to be true. My chest hurt as I thought that. Don't make a sad face like that. Soji softly touched my hanging cheek. No, it's not like I'm about to cry. The one who's in pain isn't me. It's you, because you have to keep your personal feelings in and follow orders. It's meaningless if you lie. Are you worried that I might do something to prove our bad reputation to be true? It was like he saw right through me. He smiled and I couldn't say anything in return. I won't do anything to make you sad. He gently touched my face and whispered to me so gently. He could soothe anyone. But it's true. Without hesitation. But now, I don't think I can honestly do anything that would make you cry. His bitter smile made him look embarrassed as he murmured. Seeing you put your life on the line to save the townsmen, I thought I would use my sword to protect rather than to kill. To protect your smiling face. I wanted to swing my sword to protect your home. Soji, I was overcome by those words. I'm overjoyed. Now I was about to cry, but for a different reason. Thinking that, I wasn't able to forgive the shogunate's actions. I'm so simple, aren't I? I was speechless and held my chest. I shot my head from side to side. Shook my head from side to side. Why does it say shot? What in the world? He wasn't simple. Soji worried this much just to come up with an answer. Is that why you left the front lines? Realizing I had to ask. It wasn't like he was injured, but Soji didn't go to the front lines after that incident. Before, when I asked Toshizo, he said they needed him when the time was right. He said that's why he was on standby, but it sounded like an evasive answer to my question. One way or another, Toshizo and Asami were lenient on Soji. Maybe Toshizo persuaded Asami that Soji could help in ways other than fighting. As I thought that, I saw Soji look down. Yeah, well, there's that, and it looked as if he'd welled up with anxiety as he hesitated to speak. Are you feeling ill? Strangely, I remembered how he spat out blood at Aikida. He hadn't shown any signs of that behavior afterwards. He was doing fine when he saved me from the fire. All of a sudden, all those things came into my mind. I mean, if I went to the front lines, you'd do something reckless, right? Soji had a troubled smile on his face as he worried about me. Do you think it'll be alright if you get hurt in some unknown place? He hugged me and pushed me down. Oh, okay. I wouldn't like that, but... yeah. Okay. I'm all for that. I answered my confusion, and as a reward, he kissed me again and again. Soji, are you trying to hide something? I just want to prove to you that I was just fine. Do you need more proof? No, you've done enough. Alright, then this time you need to prove to me that you're mine. I don't need to prove that. With my eyes, I told him he should have already known it was true. Soji asked with a mischievous smile on his face. He isn't mean, but his bullying is still the same. Actually, it feels like it's getting worse. I thought to myself how I liked that about him. There might be something wrong with me. To ease the tension, we need to show each other how we feel. Again, he put his lips up to mine. This time, it was longer and deeper. It was intense. He licked my tongue. He's so unfair. If he does this to me, there's nothing I can say in return. I was careless. I wasn't able to think about anything anymore. It's not fair. He undid the bow of my kimono and put his hands on my bare chest. My body shook with great joy. There was no way I could resist him. I entrusted my body to him as he pleased me. His strength and his weakness. His kindness and bullying side. I loved it all. No matter what happens from now on, I'll always be by his side. That's what I vowed in my heart. But we finished all the endings, right? Soji Crimson? All endings? Fine. Oh no. There's no all endings until we finish Harada. So now we have the sequel dates there and gallery. Alright. And that is the end of that. Let me know which was your favorite ending, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. Kaze out.